Hello and welcome to another Crafting Together with All Brands the video blog, and this is Pink and Green. So we're going to start off doing a 4 envelope folio. Some of my images look greener in person than they actually are on there. They're more like a turquoise green here, but they're showing on blue on my camera, so I apologise for that. So we've got 4 5x7 white envelopes, just standard envelopes. Fold the flat back on all of them, bone folders, to make sure that the crease is nice and straight there. And we're going to start by using one of the envelopes, put the glue on the inside of the flap, and then put the inside of the flap into the envelope face down, so you'll end up with the opening facing upwards, which we're going to use later. So we're going to do that with all of the envelopes, and I'm using the Janie's Originals paper bindery glue because it has less water content, so it means that the paper doesn't buckle, which is awesome. If you haven't got any, I would definitely recommend getting some. So all of those that should line up perfectly with the edges. And then we've got our last one. And then the fun part can start. We can start decorating. And like I said, some of my images should be pink and like a turquoisey green, but they're showing more blue on my camera, so I do apologise. Last flap, you can either have that at the front as a bit of a decoration, or if you do what I do, just fold it down at the back. It means that everything's sealed. So the good thing about that glue as well is it's a quick grab, and when I say grab, it grabs. So I've already pre-prepared some papers in the pink and green theme, kind of ish. So they're really blue on there, and I really don't understand why. Oh well, never mind. So some of these I have stitched onto, some of them I haven't, some of them I've done straight stitch, some of them I've done zigzag stitch. So this one is the main cover for you. That is a zigzag stitch using a variegated thread, so it's mixed colours. And instead of going around the edges like I normally do with the vintage pieces, I am going to go around the edges in pink instead of the Grand Espresso, just to give it that little bit of extra touch of pink. So roughly go around the edge. It's, if a piece of it tears, all the better. It gives it character. Don't worry about something like that. It really isn't that important. So we're going to go around the edges, and I have to consciously tell myself to do this because it's something that I always forget about, and it's something that I'm conscious about as well, because the white lines show so much when you've got a coloured edge and a white piece of paper or a white piece of card. So it's always nice just to kind of give that a little bit extra finish. I'm going to stick that straight onto the cover. And again, quick grab, does the job, bingo. So the first part with the flap, and the next page is the next page is just a standard page, same as the front cover, but the section with the open flap, we are going to change that and make it into a pocket. How, you ask? Well, it's already open, isn't it? Because it's the one part that we left open from putting them together before. So a little bit of glue on that bit, and stick that bit down. Now, this next piece, the stitching at the top and the stitching at the bottom, the reason for that is I did not want stitching at the side because I'm going to take a little notch out of it. And that's what makes you know that it's a pocket. And just going around the edges, all of them together. There are times when I've actually had to stop myself and go, no, don't glue it down yet. So I'm only going to glue it across the top, the side, and the bottom for that one. And I'm leaving the threads as they are because I quite like the fact that the threads are dangling off there. And then that becomes our first pocket. Pop your bone folder in just to make sure it's none of it's glued in the wrong places. And there's the first pocket. So we're going to do exactly the same thing again with this side. Obviously ink the edges. If you want to, you can do any colour. Don't have to do it pink just because I have. This sort of thing you can use with any papers as well, so it's always a great stash buster. You know, we've all got those papers and the books and whatever else, and we kind of think, I really should use that, and what I'm going to use it for, this is the perfect thing for it, because nothing has to match. It doesn't have to be everything perfectly in sync with colour and style and design. You can put in whatever you like. I did. And again, with this one, is going to be another pocket piece. And I actually remembered to do the edges this time, but I forgot to take the notch out first. So let's go back again and do the notch again. There we go. And obviously this is sped up. I wish I worked that quick. Again, top, bottom, side. And leave your threads hanging. If you stitch your paper, that is. I just did that for a little bit extra. So don't forget, guys, to have a look at everyone else's videos as well that are on here. Their links for those will be down in the comment section beneath the video. This is a thing that's done every month, first Monday of every month, where we get together a load of inspirational designers and crafters, and we just we go and have some fun, and we make a video to hopefully inspire you, to give you something to kind of work towards, and then come back and show us. So like and subscribe if you are liking my videos. There will be more being put on, because obviously with the issue with Facebook, there will be more videos being put on. But in the meantime, these video blogs are on here. But the other creators will be beneath the video. So please do go and have a look and see what everyone else is doing. I love making these. They're just so thought-provoking, because you can do whatever you want. You know, you can scrunch up the paper, you can use old paper, vintage paper, new paper, coloured paper, black and white paper. Anything you want to use, you can do it. So again, top, side and bottom. A little bit extra on the inside of the envelope, not on the inside the flap, just on the actual edge of it, outside it. I know I said inside, I meant outside. Just give that a little bit of a press. And then we've got the back cover to do. See, I did it. I went to put the glue on and then thought, nope, better do the edges. What do you guys prefer doing your edges with? Do you prefer to use brushes? Do you prefer to use the little finger daubers? Do you prefer to use the square pads or round pads? What do you use? Be interesting to find out. So that's the last sheet that we're going to put on the actual folio itself. And now comes the good part. I'm going to just double check all of the pockets that we've put in and make sure that none of them have stuck down in any extra areas, because we want to use those. You know, put your tags in them, put your paper pads in them, whatever it may be. So there we go. Everything's dried now. There was a little bit of a jump there just to make sure that everything was dry. So these are some tags that I've made to give you an idea of the things that can work with them. Obviously these are quite big, but you can make your 3D tags and they can sit inside them. So we're going to start off with this page here, and we're going to cut a page same size as the rest of it in a diagonal. So we've got a top and a bottom piece. Again, go around the edges, and we're going to glue along the two sides and the straight bottom piece. So that's got a nice zigzag stitch on it. So side, bottom and the side. I'm going to stick that on there. That's your first pocket on there as well, your first slip pocket. Good thing about these is, again, you can put all sorts in them. You can put your tags in them. You can put your ephemera cards. You can put your cabinet cards. And we're using the other piece of it. See, I glued that first and forgot to put the edging on it. But the glue will last long enough to be able to do that. And obviously I've just used that piece of paper, the top side and the bottom side, as the two separate pockets. And don't forget, there's all sorts of things you can do. So we're going to use a piece of lace as a kind of top to bottom belly band. So, you can still put pieces of cards or whatever behind it. So what I found with this is the glue doesn't really work with lace. So I found that if I use double-sided tape, if I get a strong double-sided tape, it catches better. I don't know if you found that as well. So just press that down and then trim off the edges. Now if you were doing something a bit grungy, you would leave those edges, you don't need to worry about that. But because mine is going to be quite slick and straight lines, so we've got that little bit of a belly band there. So we're going to be doing more of a belly band. And what I'm doing is I'm using pieces of the same paper that, say, like an offcut from the paper. And I'm going to use that to make a belly band, but I want to have it so that it can expand. So I'm folding the edges inwards and gluing them down rather than gluing the actual piece down. So it gives you a slightly bigger area of space to be able to use. Not much, but it's a little bit bigger. So I'm just going to use the glue along those little edge pieces. And then you can put maybe like a receipt wallet or something in there. You can put your birthday list. Did it again, forgot to do the edges. Hold that down slightly. Perfect. And what I'm going to do with another piece of the offcut is I'm just going to put a little tiny, what I would class as like a little trough at the bottom. And that's only if you were to put in, say, policy envelope into that belly band and it slid through, it just fall out of the packet. Whereas with the slight trough at the bottom, it means then you can have your policy envelope or whatever it is that's in there, and you don't need to worry about whether or not it's going to hold at the bottom. So again, I'm going to do the sides, the bottom, and then I'm going to put that onto there. Everything I'm doing, I'm trying to keep it the same size as the sheets that are already down on there, because I think that's the perfect way of doing it. So you're not overlapping, it's not looking like it doesn't fit. It is a perfect fit for you. So I'm going to do this 2-page spread. Now, I do have a little, I was going to say it's a very, very thin notepad, which I'm going to be using. And I'm going to take the paper off there first. The reason why I'm marking this one and not the rest is because this one is going to be a little side pocket as well, but I want that to kind of sit in the same region as the other chunk that I've taken out of it, just so I'm not putting one's 10 centimeters higher than the other and it looks ridiculous. It's just a rough estimate because, yeah, as you'll notice, I don't measure anything. And again, we're doing top, side and bottom. That's going to go on the left hand side of that pocket. And again, you can still add more pockets onto that. You can add another one onto the bottom, one to the top, one to the side, whatever you want. Wherever you want to put them, you can do. And don't think that you can only put one on there. You can put more than one. So don't worry about that. You can put more than one. Okay, so we're going to do a little, I was going to say fancy thing, but it's not fancy. It's just a little notepad. So I'm going to trim it down. And obviously that didn't come with the papers. That's just something that I found in one of my drawers. I was like, oh, that'll do. Hopefully you're like me and you go through your craft stash and you're like, oh my god, I've not seen that for ages, or oh, I've not used that yet, let me use that now. And it gives a bit more inspiration, doesn't it? And we never say no to inspiration. Right, so I've cut that to the right length. And I've got a piece of paper which has a board around it, which for me is quite good. I quite like that. I quite like the white board around it. So I'm going to glue that. Right, so that's that bit taken. And let's just go around it with the pink because we can. Actually, it'll make the border look better as well. And obviously we're going to need something to attach that into our little folio. So I'm going to stick that down to the first page, make it as a proper cover. And then we're going to put a belly band across there, which we're going to use to hold our little notebook. And like I said, guys, don't forget, check out everyone else's blog.
Sure how to help you with that.
Check out everyone else's blog, and like and subscribe. Share with your friends, and let's make lots and lots of these folios. I love making them. I think I made 4 in the last week already. So we're going to just slip the back piece into that. There we go. So we've got a pocket belly band, and our fantastic piece is done. Thank you very much, guys. I really appreciated it. And then I thought, oh, one last thing, let's put some ribbon around it to fasten it. So it's beautiful pink ribbon, like a chiffon sort of material. And I'm just using it as a tie band round. Because I thought, why not? And I give it something a little bit extra. I couldn't decide which way I wanted to wrap it, and I was wrapping it, and I was like, just wrap it properly. There you go, done. With a bow on it, there you go. Thank you very much, and I hope to see you next time on our little video blog.